Hello, welcome back to our channel. This is Facts About Africa, the African channel where we share the thought and changing the narrative of Mother Africa. We're still in West Africa where we see Niger, content of transition agreed before ECOWAS opinion. The Togolese Minister of Foreign Affairs in mediation in Niamey affirmed Thursday to have agreed on the content and timing of the transition. In Niger, with the prime minister of this country led by a military regime since the COUP dated before the notice of other West African countries. The head of Togolese diplomacy, Robert Dozy, said on Nigerian national television Tele Sahel, having worked and agreed on the content and timing of the transition with the Prime Minister Ali Mahman Lamen and the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Nigerians Bakari Sangel. We will already present to the head of state mediator and to the ECOWAS Commission Economic Community of West Africa State this content agreed together, he said. According to the Tele Sahel, Mr. Dozy will return to Niamey in January with his counterpart from Sierra Leone, Timothy Kaba. Mr. Kaba was to be present during this mediation, said Mr. Dozy. Constraints prevent him from making the trip in Niamey. Sunday ECOWAS meeting at a summit in Abuja, opening the way to eradication of its sanction against Niger, conditioning it to a short transition before a return of civilians to power. During this summit, it was declared that a committee composed for the president of Benin, Togo, and Sierra Leone would negotiate with the Nigerian military regime the commitment to be implemented before a possible relaxation of the sanction taken by the regional organization short after the July 26 COUP. In August, the head of the military regime, General Abdurrahman Chiani, declared that the duration of the transition will not exceed 3 years and will be set by an exclusive national dialogue. Moreover, ECOWAS declared Thursday that Niger is now suspended from all decision-making bodies of the organization until the restoration of constitutional order in the country. It justifies this decision by recognizing that the deposed President Mohamed Bazoum, who was a member government, were empowered to represent Niger at a statutory meeting, was effectively overthrown by a military coup. Apart from that, now let us see the decision from West African Community, ECOWAS. The court wants the immediate release of the overthrown President Mohamed Bazoum. The Court of Justice of the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, on Friday ordered the immediate release of Mohamed Bazoum, Niger president who has been held captive since the coup that overthrew him on July 26, and that of his family. The court ordered the defendant, the military authorities in Niamey, editor's note, to release all the applicants immediately and unconditionally, said the judge who deliberated in Abuja. The defendant has violated their right not to be arbitrarily detained, he declared. The court also asked that Mohamed Bazoum be reinstated in his position. The judge issued that it is Mohamed Bazoum who represents the state of Niger. He remains president of the republic. There are unconditional rights that have been violated as well as a political right. Also, he added, Mohamed Bazoum has been sequestered in his presidential residence with his wife Haziza and their son Salem since he was overthrown by a coup d'etat on July 26. In mid-September, the deposed president appeared to the ECOWAS Court of Justice for his release and the restoration of constitutional order in the country. The application, filed by his lawyer, cited the arbitrary arrest and violation of the freedom of movement of Mr. Bazoum, his wife, and their son.